This is the It's Time to Refresh podcast with Brad Refresh, the podcast about life, music, traveling, shit, literal shit that is, and weird and wacky stories with Brad and a range of guests from the planet Earth. Feel free to share the pod with your pals, your mom, your neighbor's dog, or even your shrink. It's all fun. You can follow our Facebook group called It's Time to Refresh Community, or It's Time to Refresh on Instagram. Write into the pod, ask questions, and share your stories. Enjoy the pod.
Hey kid, what time is it?
It's time to refresh.
Back once again with another podcast. This is, I'm not even sure what episode we're on now, but this is a Christmas special, so I hope you're having a good Christmas. This comes out Christmas Day, by the way, just so you know. Hope you're having a good Christmas, and I wanted to do something sort of double up on guests and get like something different for the Christmas episode. I didn't want it to just be the same, get someone in, talk to them, so we're going to have a bit of a crack between us, and then we'll do our quiz and that, and then I'm doing a little raffle giveaway at the end as well. So on the Christmas special, we've got Rob CAIN and ADF. How are we doing?
Good.
Well,
can I just say something, by the way? Right, I listen to the podcast,
right, and
every episode you start with back once again with another podcast.
Right.
Do you not think you should have another intro?
I have no idea. I don't honestly. I didn't
it's
even
the same thing every time, Brad. You say back once again with another podcast, and then you're in.
I don't even know why I do it. I think it just gets me in the zone.
Is it just you go on autopilot and that's it? Yeah.
I don't know if it's autopilot. Do you know what I think it is? I think I do it, and it's like, right, you've got past the hardest part of it, doing the first couple of words.
The intro's always the shittest part, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you're getting over the
I feel like a knobhead. I'm there, and I'm like, fucking talk.
That's what you've done to him already.
No,
less than 2 minutes and you've killed him off.
Talking to a camera, and like, obviously, we know there's people watching behind it now, but fucking right now we're staring at a fucking 4-inch camera, and it's like
a wall in the coldest fucking studio in the world.
Yeah. So like, once I get past them obvious 4 words, I feel like I've got like a bit of an audience behind me then, because it's like fucking, I don't know, you're just sitting there and you're just like, oh my god, fucking hell. But do you know what I mean? So that's why I do it. So
I just threw you there, yeah?
No, I don't think so. What I think it is, I think I'm going to continue doing it every episode, but it's like, it's one of them things where I'm just like, now I've clicked on that, I do it. It's like, oh, fucking hell, I'm going to notice every time I do it now.
You are, yeah.
I'm going to be like, back once again with another episode. Oh, fucking hell.
I've cased you.
I'll have to do something different to open it up.
He's going to start again now, isn't he?
No, fuck. Right, so
if you want, you can, it's fine.
Looks good, I'm good anyway. I don't know about Alan, like.
I'm sound, mate.
We'll pretend Alan hasn't been here for the last 2 hours, because
sat in that corner before, corners.
But yeah, as I say, we've got like 3 different like types of people at the minute, because you're doing the sort of Scouse House stuff down here, you're really focused on the house stuff, and I'm just up in the sticks doing fuck all. So like,
he thinks he's moved up in the world and gone all cool.
What makes him make more fucking money than you?
It's right as well. I'm losing money everything. Like, you make a tune and somehow you're down on money.
Popped out there.
I'm only fucking messing.
He knows it's only the dump I'm just watching.
No, it is, yeah.
But the thing is though, like, fucking, even though we're doing 3 different fucking pathways at the minute, it's like everyone's in the same industry. Do you know what I mean? So it's all the same fucking story.
Very different levels in this room. We've got 2 of us doing all right, and then just me who sits around making donk on his bill in his bedroom.
Mate, I'm doing all right.
Very different levels in this room there.
I wouldn't discredit anything you're doing, mate. You know, you're doing really well, mate, and you're flying the flag for Liverpool producers who've started off really, really, really recently. I wouldn't discredit yourself or anything you've done. It's good.
I wouldn't say I'm doing well either. I'm doing a fucking podcast, mate. Like, I'm not successful in music. I'm
wrong with that either, mate. Let's be honest.
No. It's hard to be successful in music. It's hard without that. Yeah. Without that machine behind you, it's hard to be successful. I mean,
yeah.
You look at Rob's situation. He's still trying to get the fucking donk name away. Still, all these years later, he's still got stigma attached.
I'm quite lucky in the respect that I've been involved in the music industry, and lots of its mechanics in different ways for nearly 28 years now, be it DJing or running record labels or doing A&R or running record shops, being a buyer and seller for records, all that type of thing. So I'm quite lucky in that respect, because a lot of people don't make a career out of it. It's something that they feel passionate about and love. So I've done all right. I've done all right. And like, I mean, I used to be quite shy and reserved about me successes over the years. You know, it comes down to that old thing, you know, where you meet like a relative you haven't seen in years, and they go, still doing that DJing thing? And you go, yeah, you feel embarrassed saying it. I used to feel dead embarrassed about saying I'm a DJ, because when I started DJing, the only people who were DJs was some fucking ming who stood in the corner of the room and played tunes like fucking some music geek, and I was embarrassed about admitting that I was passionate about it. But nowadays I'm quite proud to say I've done this, I've played here. I might have, even though I kind of resent the dog scene nowadays, I was a big part of this, and like I played all over the world because of it. So I think it's something that I've learned to appreciate and be able to, but not boast about, but say, well, yeah, I've done that. People say to me, oh, went to this club last night, and I go, yeah, I played there 15 years ago, or I went to Ministry of Sound, go, did you? Yeah, I played there, or I've done this, I've done that, and all that. So yeah, I'm quite proud of what I've done nowadays, and it's come full circle for me, because I never used to be like that at all. And I don't know.
The thing is, you can brag about it, because the people who are sitting there taking the piss out of you, going, do you still do that wick wah thing? Mate, you're doing this as a job. Like, you are like full.
Mate, well, you know what the thing used to burn me out was that people go, what you do? And I go, I'm a DJ. And they go, where do you play? And I go, Pleasure Rooms and Wigan Pier. And they go, oh, put a donk on it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it used to make me want to fucking choke them out. Shoot me head in.
Yeah.
Put a bang. I mean, mates still say it to me now.
Yeah.
Gobshites.
They're still trying to pass it off as like you're doing that.
They pass it off as a joke, but is it a joke if you're in £100,000 a year DJing?
You can pass it off as a joke, but you paid your bills, didn't it?
Yeah,
massively
for so many years, and you can't.
That's the thing. So,
you don't turn down money, do you? Who turns down money?
Who's laughing though? They could take the piss out of you. They might have their fucking hand down a toilet, unblocking the toilet fucking 5 days a week, whereas you're doing something you enjoy, and it's like, yeah, you can take the piss and do whatever, but fucking. You're living the dream. Like, you're living like you're doing what you want. They don't want us to sit there fucking unblocking toilets or fucking, you know what I mean? Or even fucking doing some monotonous job that they just can't be asked.
Yeah, I want to unblock toilets after hearing the stories I've heard on this podcast.
Oh, I'm really sorry about that.
No one wants to do that now.
Who blocks bogs? You block bogs, do you, Brad?
No, I fucking shit myself, don't I?
Do you?
Yeah, just common thing.
You commonly poo your pants?
Not as much, yeah.
You
know what to say?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, it's gone bad, hasn't it, this already?
Yeah, well, basically what it is, right, is fucking when I go on holiday, so it's always a change of what of something, and I can't put
Did you find your stools are looser when you go on to warmer climates?
Yes.
I'm the same, mate, I get on holiday, you have like proper sweaty holiday shits, don't you?
Yeah, well, that's what it is. Fucking shit myself, and it's just this is the second podcast in a row where I've talked about shit myself, but right, I can tell another story if you want to know another story about shit myself. So like, I'm trying to think of what country I was in, because it's happened so often. It's like not so often, but like it just seems to be every time I get fucking badly off going on holiday somewhere, I'd say, oh yeah, it's happened again. Like my missus has just said to me, like, every time we go somewhere, like every continent we've been on, I've shit myself, and it's just.
Is it a little bit or a fucking lump? I mean, if it's a little wet fart, you can kind of
wet fart.
Wet fart, kind of, you can excuse them if it's a proper lump in your cack. Yeah, that's a problem.
And then you've got food poisoning as well.
Food poisoning is fucking terrible abroad as well, isn't it? It's not like food poisoning here. Mind you, last time I had food poisoning, I couldn't get off the couch for a week. I remember the week I got food poisoning, the weekend beforehand, I'd been out with my mate Mark McGee, who was like one of our mentors, DJ mentors. He was like quite a popular DJ in Crosby, where I grew up. We'd been out and we'd been sniffing Charlie and fucking drinking booze and all the rest of it. We'd been for food afterwards, which is never a good idea when you've had a load of fucking cocaine anyway. So I ended up in this chippy in Bootle, and bought these chicken wings. First time I'd ever had salt and pepper chicken wings, by the way. This must be 20 years ago. In fact, maybe 21. And Yeah, fucking, they weren't cut properly anyway. It was a bad do. And the next day I just couldn't move. And I'd been told that week, one of the lads in the aquarium who was playing upstairs in the main room has been fucked off. So we want you to take his place. So this was a big weekend for me, a big deal. I was getting to play the main set in the main room, and it was a career-defining moment for me. And I had fucking food poisoning and I couldn't get off the couch, and I literally moved to one side and I'd shit my pants, or I'd move the other way and I'd spew up. I couldn't move. I had to just lie there rigid, and I was just pooing and fucking vomiting. Anyway, in the end I ended up just grinding down a load of Imodiums and fucking drinking them like yogurt. And that managed to keep it away for long enough for me to go and do my gig, and I smashed it and come home.
I feel much better now that other people do it. Do you know what I mean? I know it was like 20 odd years ago, but even still, I feel better now.
Well, yeah, let me tell you another story about me shit myself.
I haven't got none of these.
One night it was me and my wife had not long moved into our apartments in Liverpool. We had a boss apartments in town, and we had our mates round. And my wife was going out with me mate's birds, and they were going on a night out, and my mate was coming around. He was DJing with me in Barhead at the time, and I said, yeah, come round, we'll have a few bevies and I'll cook spag bol and that, and the birds can go off and get into town and all that, and and then we'll go into work. So drinking, I can't remember if I think I might have been drinking rosé or something that I don't drink now anyway, something horrific. So I was drinking bevies, and then I made this spag bol. I was putting loads of chilli in it, thinking I was the boy, because my mate liked his food spicy, and I obviously can't handle spicy food. That's all, I'm a fanny. And I made this spag bol, but we're tucking in, and I'm thinking, oh, I feel uncomfortable here. You know, your guts feel like, you know, you've eaten something spicy and you feel cold inside. You get that sensation. I feel good here, you know. So anyway, we cracked out the limo and started hoofing the Charlie, and I'm thinking, fucking, my stomach feels a bit weird here. But anyway, we've got to go to this gig. So I was gigging in Barhead, and my mate was doing the set after me, I think, and Anton Powers was on before me, and so I grabbed me. It was back in the days of records. I've got these two fucking massive big record bags. I'm walking down the stairs on me in my apartment, going down to the front so we can flag a taxi outside. I get onto the street and I go to my mate John and go, hey John, get on that. Do a little fart, and he goes, oh lad, that stinks, Dad. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking horrible, innit? Walk down the street and do another one, and just forced out the fucking biggest wet shit ever. I literally I'm not messing, it filled me kecks. And I went, oh, he went, what's up? I went, I've just shit me pants. He went, you're messing. I went, nah, honestly, lad, I've shit me pants. And he went, oh, what are you going to do? I went, well, I can't go to work like this. I've got shit in me kecks. It's dripping down my bollocks and that. Oh. He went, I'm going to have to go back and just jump in the shower. I went, watch me records, I'll be 2 minutes. So I waddled back to the apartment, waddled upstairs. By this point, there's a fucking bulge in my jeans like that, just full of turd. I got into the apartment and just jumped into the shower and just scooped the inside of me, jumped in the shower like fully dressed, just scooped the inside of my jeans out like that into the shower. Oh, shit everywhere. And heavy. Yeah, and so anyway, I had a shower, got myself fucking dressed and got back out again. But I walked into the DJ box, Anton Powers was DJing before me, and he goes, all right, go. I went, yeah. He goes, smells of shit in here. Well, you fucking bastard, me mate, to text everyone in the bar saying, okay, just shit his pants. And
after that story, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a Christmas special. But
after your Christmas dinner,
have a Christmas Yule log on me.
No. Right, I'll be honest with you, if that's what shit yourself is, I haven't shit myself, sorry. It's always just been between the arse cheeks. It's never been on my sacker out like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, proper filmy ketchup.
No. So what happened was, I'll tell you about the last time I shit myself, so you can sort of gauge how often I do it. It was September just gone, and I was in Hong Kong, and we'd been out for a big meal the night before and that, and we got this boat over to like, it's like an island. It's like all locals and that live there. It's only a small place. Anyways, I was cycling around fucking the island on my own. You can do it in sort of an hour if you think. And I'm fucking cycling and I'm like, oh my god, my like joints, like, you know it's coming. I was like, where can I go here? There's just fucking a lovely view of the sea and everything like that.
Shit in a bush.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, I've got shit in a bush. And anyways, I seen this toilet sign saying like public toilets this way. And I may as well have shot in a bush, by the way, when we get to it. But fucking, I'm there cycling, fucking, I just throw the bike to one side, and I'm running up this hill, and I'm like, and I was like, it's like proper like countryside at this point. It's all like fucking mad animals and that. There's like mad insects in the fucking woods and that. And I'm just running past all this fucking like shrubbery and all this. And I'm just following the sign. I'm like, where's he at? And it just looks like a little square public box. Go in, and it's just a hole in the floor. Obviously, it wasn't a proper toilet.
Like Malaysian toilets.
Yeah. So then I just fucking whacked my kicks down, and before I could get them down, so as I pulled them down,
it's come out already.
it came out as I went to bend over, shit myself. Yeah. So there's fucking. Oh, and by the way, it didn't tell you on the fucking public toilet as well. Bring your own toilet roll.
So you got shit all over yourself.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Nah. So
Gone
basically,
downhill dead quick.
it does, yeah, but I don't care. But so I whipped my shorts were alright. So I whipped my shorts off, but my fucking boxers were wrote off. They'd gone.
Just wipe your ass with your boxies and just lash them in a hole.
Yeah, I did, and then I washed my ass in that there was a sink as
do,
well.
innit?
So I hope there was no one in after me because of fucking.
You know what, mate? It's mad the amount of times you go into a nightclub toilet or a rave toilet and you can see a random sock covered in shit or a random pair of boxies. Just I mean, even the girls' toilets is a fucking pair of girls' knickers with shit hanging all them hanging out of the sanitary bins and all that. It's disgusting, isn't it? People just poo the pants when they've had too much drugs or.
well, my missus.
That's where all the flies come from in the gaff you work in, lads.
That's just bar flies, that mate, isn't it? From ale.
Flies, them, mate.
Well, where we were, my missus had stopped and like got food and that, so I went on the bike ride on my own. So I came back and she's there, and I've just given her this look, and I shit myself that often. She's went, "You've done it again, haven't you?" And I pulled my shorts to the side, no boxers on underneath, just fucking tackle out and that. And she goes, "Oh my God, we're gonna have to go. Like, it's fucking serious." She says, and then she gets on it. I asked her, she's like, "Why is it every time we go on holiday, you fucking poo yourself? Like, it's not even funny at this point." And I'm like, "Do I do it that often?" And she starts going, Italy, Marrakesh, and rhyming all this. I shit myself in France. Like everywhere I go, I do it. But I don't do it at home. It's not a home thing. It's like must just be
acclimatising. I think your body's just acclimatising.
I think that's what it must be. It must be that because I don't think I've shit myself at home ever. It's never been a thing. So there we go. Merry Christmas, by the way. So I don't know what to, so we'll move away from the shit and everything like that if you want. So how you doing, anyways?
I'm all right, you know. Right.
So you were DJing last night till 6 a.m.
Yeah.
How you finding? Obviously, last time you were on the podcast, we were talking about you were doing more Liverpool-based gigs now. You've fucked the donk scene and that off.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've been dipping my toe back into the bounce thing a little bit, but not on the scale I was, and not more doing like the classic-y stuff. I think I don't do anything in Liverpool, as Alan will tell you. He keeps trying to get me on his gigs and stuff. Don't do anything in Liverpool really.
So that's a conscious decision to do that.
Yeah, and I'm dead picky about the things I do. Is that leaking?
Yeah. So
so there was something dripping on his head.
I'm dead conscious about what I pick and choose to do. People offer me gigs all the time, and I'm 99% of the time I'll say no, or I'll just fire in a stupid price that I know they won't want to pay. You know, it's got to be.
So you
if I don't want to do it, you know, it's £1,000 or it's £1,200 or whatever, and if you want to pay me that, by all means, I'll come and do your gig for you, and I'll quite happily do it for that money.
Yeah.
But I know most people don't want to pay that, and like I kind of outprice myself out of the situation by doing so. So it means I'm more exclusive to the gigs I do. So I have done BTID and I've done Reminisce, and I've done a couple of things where I've been playing bouncy stuff.
Yeah.
But I tend not to. It's just house music for me, and disco and funky house and techno and all them things amalgamated together is what I play nowadays. So I'm happy doing it.
Are we getting a best of 22 mix off you?
Oh, the mega mix, yeah. I started working on it yesterday. I tell you what, they take some hours to put in to do them. You know, I mean, I worked it out last time. It was for every minute of audio you hear that took an hour to put together, because there's 3 tracks running simultaneously over every section. You might not audibly hear them, but it might be like a loop or just like a little one-shot vocal just running behind it, or a string or something from another track. There's permanently 3 tunes, sometimes 4 and 5, and then so as they transition, each track goes in between each one. So it takes a fucking massive amount of time to put them together and get them sounding good.
I'd say it's your most popular mix of the year.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So.
I mean, and I don't do many mixes online anymore. And I was doing a like monthly series for a while, but they just ended up getting being ridiculous, like length, duration, because I'd have so much new music every week. I'm knocking out 6-hour mixes. And I'm like, who the fuck listens to them for 6 hours? No one.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. It's because people's attention span is shorter, and the younger generation's attention span is even shorter than ours is.
Yeah.
So it's like the mixing thing. Nowadays you're mixing another tune every 3 minutes or whatever, but back 20 years ago, tracks were fucking 10 minutes long, some of them, and you're playing them for longer. People's attention span shorter, so me mixes have just got shorter. I just do hour ones again now, because I was doing these big 6-hour ones, and they just weren't getting any traction on SoundCloud. They're still there if people want to download them and listen to them. Go shoot SoundCloud out.
Like an idea with that though, is even my own attention span. It's getting shorter, like everyone. Like I've started off with, obviously with you making tracks like 6 minutes, 5.5, 6 minutes, to down to 4.5. I'm thinking I'm gonna go and play this, break down, drop. Well, I don't want to fucking hear the rest.
Well, so
but I'm mixed that way anyway because I've spent that long driving around with him. Is that
when I was making when me and Chris Clark were making the Total Control tunes, we were very conscious that, because I was going to be playing them out, there had to be different elements in the in each part of the track, because if it's the same breakdown, the second breakdown's the same as the first breakdown, and the third breakdown's the same, then what's the point in playing the other two breakdowns and drops? I remember I was listening to a tune the other week, a hardcore tune, and it was it was the old Doctor Who DJ Dougal Love of My Life thing.
Yeah.
It's got the same breakdown in it and drop 4
Just
times.
copy and pasted, isn't it? Yeah.
It's 9 minutes long or something stupid, and it's the same throughout. It does the same thing, and I was like, why the fuck did any of us play this for its duration? It's the same fucking track. But you know, back then that type of thing worked, and it used to go off.
I like a long track, man. Don't get me wrong. I like a long track when the elements do.
It's got to do something, hasn't it?
Look at, for instance, I know we've touched on it before, but when you did the static bounce tune, every drop on that tune's different.
Yeah.
And obviously you had the Total Control thing in mind when you were saying about it. Like, listening to that last drop compared to the first drop, it's like 2 different tracks. So it's like, do you know what I mean? That's the whole point of what it should be. But this copy and paste crack that people are doing, it's lazy as fuck. Like, that's why I have got really short tracks nowadays, because I only do one breakdown or
you don't need to. Even my tech house stuff has got one breakdown. It's got like a mini breakdown where we introduce the elements and stuff, and then you have another breakdown, but it's only 30 seconds long, the breakdown, and then it just kicks in with the fucking
everything?
Well, no, it doesn't kick in with everything in it. It's all stripped back, in it. It just kicks in, right, and then it's out. You're out.
I'm not. I've got everything in at the end because
I've
got bits saved.
It's bounces. It's a different type of progression with bouncy. When you can bouncy music, because it's like the last drop is a crescendo, so everything's building up to that exact point where every element is in there. Whereas with other music, like especially tech house and minimal house and stuff, it drops, and it's just about the kick and the bass line and the groove and the rhythm and the drums and stuff. And
I know this is getting a bit fucking thinking geeky in that, but like, I love the psychology of a tune, mate. Like, breaking it down and like for instance, I know that this. So I do play a bit of house music as well. I was playing some house music in town, or Whitehaven, where I'm from, and like, you know for a fact this is going to work at this point because of the energy in the track. Do you know what I mean? As you say, when it kicks back in and it's stripped back, this will work at this point. I love that element of it, but I feel like a lot of the time now, if you listen to a lot of mainstream house music, it follows this pattern of like breakdown, big kick, and out. Some tunes now. I heard a tune on UK house music about a month ago. On the Spotify playlist, and it was 57 seconds long, and I'm like, what the fuck? 57 seconds of a track. It's been
a ongoing problem for quite a while now within commercial dance. Is the duration of music is because as we said, because the attention span is so short. People want to be able to digest these tunes within the shortest possible time, and therefore promote them on. I mean, you only get a minute to promote a track on Instagram.
Yeah.
A minute, 59 seconds worth of audio. So if your track's a minute long, you've got the whole track in that fucking. That's it.
TikTok's the same, and it's short base, isn't it? It's all
and that's because the kids who listen to music on TikTok, and there's millions of them, by the way.
There is.
They want to. My daughter was just showing me some tunes on TikTok. Then they digest stuff, and then it's gone.
That's it, gone and forgotten. Yeah. So,
but like, I was just going to point on that. About probably 8 or 9 years ago, I noticed that there was when I'd be getting sent promos, I'd get an extended mix and then a radio edit. Is that stop recording?
no, I am listening. Carry on.
Yeah, a radio edit and then a extended mix, and the radio edit would be 2 minutes long, and then the extended mix would be like 2 minutes 50, and you'd be like, how is that an extended mix?
They've just put like an 8-bar loop.
You've got 30 seconds to mix it in and 30 seconds as an outro, and then you've still got the same fucking thing in the middle. You just put it, just
an intro and outro
yeah,
on it.
it's mad, isn't it?
As I say, 57 seconds is fuck all. So basically I thought, I'll have a listen to it, because it like seemed to come and go really quick, but obviously they're doing it, it's a thing where you'll go back and listen to it again just to make sure, and they're getting 2 streams, whereas if it was a copy and paste of a breakdown, it was a 2-minute track. It's only 1 stream, isn't it? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's a marketing thing. Well, listen back to it, and it started with like a weird bridge where you get it, say, in the middle of a trance track. It was just random, and then it broke down. The quickest breakdown you ever heard, kicks back in, and then that's it, just out. That's the end of the tune. That's literally what the tune was, and it was getting like mad. So I looked it up on that, and like the extended mix was only about 2 minutes something long. So there was like loads like tribally drums on the extended mix at the beginning, loads at the end. That was it, and I was just like, this is phenomenal that they're getting away with it.
What track was it?
It was. I'll get it up at the end of the podcast, and I'll put the name in the comments as well on the thing, just so you know what I'm talking about. But it was it's a popular tune because it's not like mainstream popular, but it was in the top like 100 on Beatport House, so it was a popular tune. But I was just like, this is incredible that they're getting away with this. Do you know what I mean? So talking about tunes coming out, house music and that, you've started a label.
I have, yeah. Mama's Milk, it's called.
Where'd that come from?
Right, so
There we go.
a few years ago, me and my wife were talking about setting up a brand, because we were kind of interested by what David Guetta had been doing with his ex-wife. They had a night called Fuck Me I'm Famous, which ended up being massively global. And obviously when David Guetta separated from his wife, she took him the cleaners and she took the brand with him, and then since then it's been absolutely defunct and useless. But so we were quite interested in that branding, and the idea was we were going to set up a night called Mama's Milk, and it was going to be kind of seedy, but like over the top seedy, like,
so it's almost
big,
elegant.
massive breasted women as hostesses, and a little bit, the music a little bit more quirky and darker, and and that was the concept for it. We talked about it a little bit. We said, we'll have a look into doing it, and we had a couple of venues in mind in Liverpool, and it just never materialised, as a lot of these things do when they're pipe dreams. And then about 8 weeks ago, I was very conscious that I had lots and lots and lots of unreleased projects on my computer, which I'd done over lockdown and then recently and stuff, and some of them had legs, and I was like, there was just one particular track I was playing called Hands, and it's first release on the label, and I thought this could do really well in the hands of Fisher or Shermanology, or if someone got hold of it, Radio 1, it'd probably do alright, it'd probably do quite good. It's the type of thing that Clooney and all them type of people would play. And so I was like, right, I'm just going to send it out to some labels, send it out to some DJs, and hopefully we get some kind of results off it, because I'd been playing it myself and it was working and going off, and it was people in my regular places where I play were reacting to it the next time they heard it, and the next time they react more, and it was getting that traction that a big tune gets, and I was thinking, let's do it. So I started sending out to some record labels. I cherry-picked a load of ones that I thought were the best, and then cherry-picked a load of other ones that I thought it would be suitable for, and then I cherry-picked a load of ones which I knew would be run by DJs who get it to the right people's hands. So I sent out about 100 emails with different avenues on them. And I got like 10 responses, and all of them were no's, and the rest of the people didn't even open the link and just didn't respond. And I was thinking to myself, this is a fucking pain. This is a pain in the ass. And I knew this was the way the industry was. Anyway, and I just thought, well, what's the other alternative to doing it this way? Because in the past, I'd always been, because I've been the king of bounce. If I made a bounce tune and I sent it to someone, there's a pretty bloody good chance that they're going to go, we'll take that, or we'll play that, and that was it. You know, it was because I'd written off my name. But in this industry, in this scene, I haven't got that same pull. So I thought, well, what can I do? So Mama's Milk Records was born about 8 weeks ago, and I've been setting up the socials for it and setting up the record label stuff. The label page is now set up on Beatport. The distribution company is I'm still waiting for them to actually release it to Spotify and stuff. The first one's due out on the 16th with remixes from our mate MZ, Mike Chatterton, and a local Liverpool band called Either Or. So that launches on the 16th of December. And because I've not been working from Mode Training recently, because of a long-winded financing thing to do with the Liverpool City Council, which is irrelevant kind of, but I've not been working with that. I've got extra time, so I thought I've got the time to dedicate making this work and launch it and see what happens. And I've signed a few local artists, because my premise was, it's an avenue for me to put on my music, and it's also an avenue for my mates to go to me, Rob, I made this tune, do you like it? And I'll go, yeah, let's just release it. Just getting people's music out there. Will it make a load of money? Who fucking knows? But you know, in this industry, you never know without trying something and doing it.
Exactly.
So that was me thought process. I'm just going to do this, and then who knows? Might set up a couple of offshoots, maybe a donk one or something. I don't know. But let's just see what happens for now. And that's where I am with it.
I can remember we were talking maybe about 8 weeks ago, something like that, and I was saying, like, it's ridiculous that you haven't set up your own label with the climate of today.
You know what? I think that was probably a conversation that made me go, I'm going to just set up a label. It very possibly was, Brad.
But we were talking, I'm just like, people, like, Alan will back me up as well and say, like, you've got a, you know, like you were saying about this new tune you were talking about, and you were like, it works on dance floor, and you know it's going to get, like, you know a good tune when you hear it, so it seems ridiculous that you haven't done this fucking 5-10 years ago, because
you should have done it.
Yeah, you should have done it a few years ago, because like you've got a following as well that will back you on every release you put out, like, because they like what you do. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got what's
a niche, haven't I?
Yeah, you've got your niche, but like
there's a lot of people that buy it just because it's Rob's, regardless of what it is. Even if you realistically don't like maybe that particular style of track, I think they just buy it anyway. For example, me, I'm not a big fan of Oceans, I can't buy it anyway. Just because it's one of the lads, and you've
got a very
that way, don't you?
What's the word? I can't think of what the word is, but you've got like they know it's been filtered if it's come through you, so you're not going to put shit out on there, and so
quality
they're going to
control.
Your quality control of what you find a good tune. You tend to find that 90% of the people will like it as well. Like when you put a mix out, like your tune selection's always spot on. Well, I think it is anyways. Like I've said on various podcasts, you're my favourite DJ, and between you and John Guest, I've always said the two favourite DJs, and it's always because of your tunes slightly different.
Very strong like selectors. Yeah. John G is an amazing selector.
Yep, absolutely
amazing selector. And I tell you what, if John plays you a tune, you know it's a good tune.
Yep. Absolutely, mate. And that's the thing. It's just ridiculous that if you've picked a tune out and you think, I can sell this, it must be good. So every release that comes out, I'm gonna be like, I'm at least gonna listen to it, because there's a lot of stuff you'll see on labels nowadays. It's like, oh, this new tune's out, and 9 times out of 10, if it's not something that you've heard already, you're like, oh, I'll listen to it when I get a chance. You're not immediately listen to it. Whereas if I get a notification on Beatport saying that, oh, Mama's Milk's just fucking done it, I'm like, well, I'll listen to that, because I know it's going to be at least a fucking 8 out of 10. Do you know what I mean?
See, I mean, music is always going to be subjective as well, isn't it? So obviously what I think's great, other people will go, that's fucking shite. I mean, I like, for instance, Defected as a record label, biggest house music record label in the world, without a shadow of a doubt. And I reckon 50% of the releases, I go, who the fuck is going to play this?
Yeah.
Who's going to play this? Because I'm not going to play this. I don't like it at all. But then some of my peers will be like, "This is fucking the best tune ever," and I'm like, "Really?" Get it? Don't get it.
There's a lot. I can relate to that. It's like on the way down today, I had the latest Defected Radio on. Is it Monkey done it? The
Yeah.
thing. And I had it on the way down, and I was just thinking to myself, like, I wouldn't play this tune. And next tune came, oh, this is alright. But like, yeah, everyone's got the taste in what they like. But as I say, some people have got a majority taste where they're like, the majority will like this. And as I say, there's certain faces. I've always said as well, I think Dave Gray, who runs Cheeky, I think he's got a really good taste in music. Like, what I don't like everything that comes out personally
On Cheeky Tracks.
Yeah, on Cheeky Tracks, but
We've got something out next year.
no, but
We spoke about that before. It's one of his favourite tracks of the year.
it's fucking banging. No, you should though.
Ask Robbie or sort that.
That's the thing though. Like
You can have
people
that,
like
fine.
Dave, people like yourself, people like John, like. First and foremost, a good DJ before you've signed any records or produced any records. Like, you've got a good ear for what a tune is, and that's the point that I'm sort of making it. It's like, I just think when I was talking to you, and I was thinking, why you didn't do this? Because you get all the royalties from it. It's not split between a label, and you know yourself that people are going to go. I've bought tunes of yours off other labels, and you haven't got the whole shebang. And nowadays,
probably haven't got anything. I'm so lackadaisical about that type of thing. I'm still owed loads of money from all around the world, from years ago. For me, once I release a tune, I just go, it's fucking done.
Do you not find though, right, between all three of us though, like as creatives, do you not find that like you do a tune and once it's finished you just disregard it and you disregard it onto the next thing?
See, for me, it's I make something with the aim to play it, not to make money from it.
Yeah.
Although I do like to, I got obsessed with checking my Discogs page and updating my Discogs page. So I like all my releases to be on it now. So I like stuff to get released.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't.
Currently passing that on to me.
So I don't make a tune and go, yeah, this is gonna make me. I'm gonna be able to buy a speedboat off this. This is a fucking rammer. I make it and I go, I'll see if this works tonight and work.
Yeah.
I'll play it and I go, yeah, that's got legs. I'll play that until I'm fucking bored shitless of it, and then I'll release it. And then as far as I'm concerned, most of the time I'm done with it. Then if it makes me 50 quid, fucking so be it. If it makes me 1,000, sound. Yeah. If it makes me not and I never get paid off the record label, which some I've done, by the way, and I'm on to you, so I'm gonna fucking. I'm not gonna say you. There's a couple.
I'll tag you in it.
There's a couple of record labels I've sent tunes to, and I've been asking them for statements for the past 2 years, and they haven't given
ridiculous,
them.
isn't it?
Just whisper it down loud.
Nah.
No, I agree with that though. I'm making stuff knowing that I've got gigs coming up and knowing I've got a chance to go and play it out and actually check my own productions when they're out loud as well. So I've got that aim of.
One thing I distilled into Al when he started at Mode Training was, don't be making these tunes thinking you're going to be a millionaire off them. Make the tunes for the gigs, because you're more likely to become a millionaire doing DJing than you are off being a producer.
Yeah. I'm skint doing both, thanks. That's
why he's got a day job. He's had to get a day job, sorry Al.
I like my day job. My day job fucking pays all my bills and I get to help people. My day job's fucking spot on.
If you look at what's happening in current music as well, so all these bands like Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones and all these other people, they've had to start going back on the road touring and doing these massive concerts again, because that's where the money is. They can streams. They can make an album, get 1 billion streams, but it equates to what? What does it equate to? 30 grand or something stupid?
It's ridiculous.
It's fucking not worth it. It's pointless. So they make the new music and then they go on tour and the tours sell out, and that's where they get all the ticket revenue from, and that's how they're staying afloat. So it's the same with DJing. You make a track, it's big or it's not big or whatever. If it's big, then you go out on tour and you make your money that way. Right.
Well, it's everyone. It's like Calvin Harris. Calvin Harris can bring out a tune now, and you know for a fact it's going to go top 10, isn't it?
The Calvin Harris, Joel Corry, people like that are the exceptions. David Guetta, exception to the rule. If they make a tune, you can guarantee there's going to be some money in it, because there's going to be sponsorship deals.
Oh yeah.
There'll be next thing you know, their tracks, the theme music to the Formula One or the World Cup or whatever like that. They're the exception to the rule. They will make money off.
They've got the ultimate machine behind them, haven't they?
Yeah,
but the real doors in the gigs though, what they're charging per gig now is like,
I mean, Calvin Harris was playing Hakkasan for $1 million a set or something.
Well, there you go.
$1 million a set in a nightclub that there's no way turns over that much money a night.
Yeah.
It's just mental.
It's just a cock fucking thing, isn't it? Cock waggling contest.
Anyone watching our discount, and I'm only 50 quid.
Book him now.
Your price has gone up,
That's it.
Before we move on to like the quiz and that as well, I just want to ask you at the minute, because obviously we touched on bounce, touched on house music and stuff. I know that you're a fan, or like you've in the past you've liked your hardstyle and hard house.
I was actually one of the first people to start playing that hardstyle stuff in the bounce sets, and I know that it's like it started. If you look at like people like Ben Nicky and all that type of stuff, they're all doing it.
Yeah.
When I went to Poland and I was when I was playing for the club bass lads, I started playing a lot of hard, like reverse bass stuff. I don't really like the raw style stuff. The hard.
It's a bit harsh, isn't it?
The reverse bass stuff, like proppy and heady B-sides and stuff like that, some of the hard style, all that type of stuff, with that bouncy like reverse bassy. I was playing it and club bass lads come over to me and went, "You've really opened our eyes. We didn't realise that we could actually get away with this type of music in this set," because they were just playing like fucking Russian donkey and shit like that, and I just fucking slammed the arse out of it. And they were like, they and like then they started playing a few hardstyle bits and then I've noticed it started creeping in now. Yeah. And like people like Ben Nicky are obviously getting booked for bounce gigs and stuff, and then playing reverse bass, and a few other DJs as well. Andy Whitby as well. And I think Andy was started playing bits of hardstyle at the same time I was as well, to be fair.
The thing is, what do you think of the state of it at the minute? Like hard house and hard style. Like obviously, I'm
really into the new tidy stuff. You know, oh god, the untidy stuff, is fucking amazing, and it's slow enough for me to play later on in me sets in the after hours. Obviously, they've always had great quality control tidy tracks, Ammo and Andy, and Sam Townend is together very nice. So they've got a great ear for music, so the quality is always fucking amazing. I wish they'd accept some of my demos, like, but So I actually like the quality of it. The same with hardstyle. Hardstyle's always been really well made. Would I listen to it now? Not a fucking chance in hell. It's just too hard for me, but the quality of it's all great.
I was listening to I was playing out some of the untidy stuff at the house gig I was playing a few weeks back. That Sound Divine remix are looking good. Have you heard that?
Yes,
it's fucking
it's amazing. It's great.
So good.
There's a remix of Hyperlogic Only You as well by, I think it's Piero Perupe. Or someone that they released that's phenomenal as well.
Josh Butler did one as well, didn't he?
There's a few like the great house artists they've had on their label.
I think they're pushing their market in the right direction and that, because I think they're on the cusp of the mainstream, like getting your Sound Divines and stuff like that in.
Well, I think the mainstream's actually changed now. So if you look at what is actually popular, mainstream wise, it's what Patrick Toppin's doing, and it does pay me to say it because most of it is shite. That Schmach Jumper and Pumper is dreadful, absolutely dreadful. If you think it's a good tune, you're a fucking idiot. It's out of key.
How likes it?
It's out of key. It's a fucking
donked it up to play with set.
You've donked up an out of key tune now because it's shite. It's out of key. You would have been better off stripping the vocal out.
Not works though,
and redoing it yourself. It's plop.
But it works.
If you look at what the mainstream is now, it's that. BLK, Enter the Dragon. They've just put a vocal over it and re-released it. I got sent the promo this week. I was like,
that's a ridiculous tune, by the way. I'm just putting it out.
And then there's that Star something or other as well. What's that? There's another one from a guy from Germany who's released one, same type of BPM, fast. Patrick Toppin's playing it, and like that's where it is. So it's actually creeping towards the tidy sound anyway. And like the bouncy house thing is like, I mean, if everyone's got together and went, let's just slow this down another 5-10 BPM, it would be commercialised, and the DJs who are in the bouncy house scene would probably be getting booked alongside people like Patrick Toppin and that. But I said this 10 years ago, and people were like,
we've all had the conversation.
It sounds so stale. You're playing this slow, blah blah blah, and I'm like, fuck yous, I don't care.
I finished a tune the other day. It was just a bootleg of Fat Bass by Rap Brothers, and I was just like, I liked it. I did it at 145, and I sent it out to a couple of people saying, if you play this in the set, it's a bit slow. Why don't you just whack it up to 150, mate? I'm just like, because it's got a good groove to it. It's funky
Just
and
fucking pitch it up, you lazy cunt. Fucking do that.
no, but like, it'd sound better at
Put the
150.
pitch on fucking plus 16 and just speed it up.
You don't even need plus 16 at 145.
145 is still plus 6, and it's still gonna get there.
It's fucking honestly, but it's just ridiculous that like, if you want this to work, mate, like I literally got one message was, if you want this to work and you want like people backing you with you, I'd knock it to 150, and I'm like, well, I like it 145, so I'll just leave it there.
A lot of bounce stuff gets made at 150. I don't play it at that speed. I still play everything. I'm still. It's on.
If I had my own way,
I'm like Paul, who's I'm 148. I won't go to.
It's just mash
I
the
won't
tempo,
go to
mash the
150.
tempo everything. Press the mash the tempo button and just fucking slow it down, speed it up. Doesn't make any fucking difference. It's the same.
but I like to have a bit of a groove. Like
I do. And the drums breathe better when the slower it is. You can hear the elements in between each kick and bass.
Yeah.
And that's what gives that swing and bounce. Right. So bounce music has always been kick, bass, kick, bass, kick, bass, and everything else in between is just fucking
filler.
It's fucking pointless.
Yeah.
So when you slow that down, people can dance to it. They don't just bounce up and down the spot like a knobhead. They can actually groove to stuff when there's rhythm in the drums and rhythm in the track itself. So yeah. It's slower better for me, and it always has been. I mean, if you think about what the speed it was when we started playing it, when I first started playing Bouncy House stuff before it was even a genre, clubhead stuff in like 97, 98, it was 132 BPM.
Yeah.
DJ Disco Stamp Your Feet is 132 BPM. Clubhead's remix of Salt and Pepper Push It is 132 BPM.
Is it? I thought it was slightly higher, but
it might be
135,
134, maybe it might be 134. I know it's slower than 140 anyway, because it was always a fucker to mix into stuff, because it was slow. You'd have to mix it coming out of your funky house warm-up.
Everyone's got like their sort of speed that they like. For me, 140 is perfect for everything. And I'm talking, see your house. I find if you've got a good bit of swing to your drums and stuff like that, 140 is just right for me. If I listen to trance music, 130 to 140, perfect. Listen to bounce. I think bounce at 140 is amazing, but I just can't. You can't get away with playing it. And then you play it. You produce a tune at 140. I've put out 2 tunes at 140 over the last few months. And it's got zero traction because people are like, oh, it's going to sound shit when I pitch it up to 150. It's like, oh my god.
Steve Willow's just done one at 140, and I like it. But it's probably.
Big shout to Steve Willow for a second. One sec. We had a debate the other day about which better Clubheads or Alex K. And Steve was adamant that Alex K is better than Clubheads, and he's obviously very wrong because I'm right. Just know what he's talking about.
I like them both, so I'm not going to pick one because I like them both.
I think Clubheads.
I like them both. They're both. The difference. They're very different. I think it depends how old you are, which one you're going to pick out of them as well. It's an age thing.
I'll tell you what happened with the thing with bounce music is what's happened is the British, English, and especially the Northwest, Wigan, Blackburn, are an absolute nightmare for bastardising stuff with speed. So, we've got something that was raw, bouncy, energetic, but slower and still appeased to the masses. And then they just got faster and faster and faster and faster. And now you're in that 150 BPM bracket, which doesn't fit anywhere. Like, what's popular in modern house music is, obviously it's got a little bit faster now, but like 130 BPM is like that cut-off point. And then you've got this section in between which doesn't appease to any particular demographic, and then you've got drum and bass the other end of the spectrum, 180 BPM. That 150 BPM mark is right slap bang in the middle of what's popular. So it made sense to me to slow it down, so you're touching that 130 BPM thing. And it's always been the case. I remember hearing all the Wigan Dog stuff years ago, and I was thinking, this is just fucking dreadful. How would you even... You took a track that was 138 BPM, you sped it up to 150. It's not even that much fucking difference to just put a fucking whopping donk over it. People think it's amazing. I'd just rather play the original.
Yeah.
So I'm actually a fan of Alex K. I actually like
No,
it. But I think And he was also part of the downfall of it, because everything he'd done was a fucking pop song with a donk on.
Well, no, I think horses for courses,
wrong,
wasn't it,
yeah.
at the time? I think we
At
were
the time, it
all...
wasn't.
But
Once you heard someone do it, everyone else done it, and I think that was where... Because it took I know you swear, but so you're obviously part of that as well, but it took the fucking massive dip, didn't it, when that happened?
Yeah, well...
Tell me I'm wrong there.
No, I think it was when it was different when it was. See,
it was all around the world
Alex,
as well, with all the clublandy style, just big fucking poppy.
First time I heard Alex do something like that, he donked "Take Me Away," and Ian Redman had been sent a copy of it from Alex, because he was talking to Alex. This is before Alex even moved to the UK to play pleasure rooms, and Ian was going to release it on vinyl for him. And that was the first time I did donk up, so I was like, fucking hell, this is great. It's just a donk on it. It sounds heavy, it sounds better.
But then it gets oversaturated.
And it was Four Strings Take Me Away, which is a cool tune. Not really that energetic, but just a good quality trance track. And we like them type of donk ups. We were like, I was all day for. Like Chris Clark obviously done the Good Life, New Power Generation thing, and all them type of things.
Big pop vocals though, are they? It's when you're getting Rihanna, Don't Stop the Music. That and was, like, that's where it goes.
This is where I was going to.
Like, so I like Fading Like a Flower, but it's still in that category.
Yeah. So this is what I'm getting to. So it was all these like regeneration of old school tracks or trance tracks that you couldn't play in your modern bouncy sets. Now making them accessible to bounce was kind of a good thing and refreshing. But then it just, when it started stepping into, you know, fucking people donking over Mambo No. 5 or as you said, Rihanna, Please Don't Stop the Music, or they just like taking a pop tune. I had a Justin Bieber one. I was like, what the
I'd be guilty of doing Mambo No. 5, because I'll fucking have a go at anything. So I'd be guilty of that. But
is it going to be a donk over though, or is it just going to be a remix, you know?
We live in a world where it's to have a big tune in bounce nowadays.
Went down you
need to have you seen the kid? Is it Bounce Projects?
Yeah,
you've seen it. Is it Hazel Eyes?
Yeah.
Hazel Eyes. Have you seen the tracks in that? Well, Anton Powers messaged.
See the same kid who's just been signed to Sony.
That's him. Yeah. So Anton Powers messaged me the other week, and he went, "Do you know this lad?" I was like, "Nah." And then I searched him, and he was, "Oh yeah, he's on my Facebook." He went, "So Ministry of Sound asking me if I know about him because he's got some track that he wants." So I was like, "What's the track?" I listened to it and I thought, I mean, I don't want to discredit him because it's obviously massive. I was thinking to myself, oh, well, is this it? Though obviously no disrespect whatsoever, it's obviously massive and he's doing well and I made up for him all that. But I was thinking, this is what the type of stuff that we were putting out 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But because of the plays on SoundCloud, I think he's over 2 million plays on SoundCloud now, and I'm not sure what his Spotify plays are, but I'm guessing it's going to be close.
Marketing as well. Marketing's key.
Massive, isn't it? Yeah. And he's done great. I made up for him. Wish him all the luck in the world. But I didn't see any progression there. I was like, when Anton messaged me, I was like, is he talking about the same tune? Because obviously Anton's been an A&R for 3 beats, and he's now with Warner. And I was like, what's this? What's it all about? Anyway, it's interesting. It has actually come full circle.
Yeah.
Because that's the type of thing that we were making and then sending to Ministry of Sound in 2006, and they were knocking back.
Yeah.
It's just like mad. And now they want it.
It's crazy,
it's
isn't
mad.
it? Right, we'll move on to part 2, if that's all right. What you've all came for, the quiz.
This is the winner. Can we have a winner, or is it just...
No, so basically you can play along at home if you want to. You can play along if you want to, but between yous, it's fastest answer first. It's fair. So it's the only way I can do it. Or you can install the buzzer on your phone, bro.
If you don't let me win, you're not getting a lift home.
So basically, I've done 5 rounds of 5 questions. First one's general knowledge. Second one is guess the lyrics. So name the song, like if I read the lyrics out to you. Second one is record labels and year of release.
I'm out.
And then
it's very geared towards Rob, this, isn't it?
No, name the original. So
it's very much geared towards Rob, this. Well done, lad, you've won.
Oh no, you're a fucking DJ, mate. You can do this.
I'm up against it.
Right. So if you're happy to start, if you want to play along at home, you can get a pen and paper, and I'll do yours lot score afterwards.
Up against the music library.
What? Well, I can't help it, can I?
Oh, yeah.
So question 1 is the now legendary Pier on the Pier event is part of the annual rave calendar for Bounceheads. But what was the first year it was Pier on the Pier?
I don't fucking know that. 2010?
Take it out again.
No, it's not definitely not 2010.
Stop it, lad. You've had your answer.
No, it's definitely not.
Fire us
Earlier or later. What are you thinking?
Well, you give me your answer and then I'll tell
Say
you.
2012.
Yeah, he's point to Alan. So you're 1-0 up, so you're not that bad, are you?
Guess that though. I had to go first. I don't know. That's a random question.
In 2000, the record with the sample, there's some disco fans in here tonight, was released. The artist and title of said track.
Dirt Devils, Disco Fans, Italian Job.
That's a mix, yeah, but the original was Dirt Devils, Disco Fans, yeah. So 1-1, we'll take that. Sorry for my pronunciation.
Do you need the record label as well?
No, I'm alright.
It's because I can't remember.
Question 3. Barthez did the famous anthem On the Move, but only did one follow-up single for this. What was the title? There you go, 2-1. Fucking see, you're not as bad as you thought.
DJ John mix was a good one, wasn't it? It was on Positiva that as well.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was, Jam
Question-
Demand do one of them as well on the other side.
Yeah, Demand, yeah. Oh no, is it Jam X?
Jam X and Demand, yeah.
Question 4. According to Juno Download, so this is just a shot in the dark for you here. According to Juno Download, what is the best-selling Hard House and Scouse House record on their site of all time? If you had to just throw something in the dark. I was shocked at this, by the way, so...
So it's not going to be Pretty Guinness, I don't think it is. It's going to be too early for that.
Is it KB Project remix of See the Light?
No, I don't even know if that's on there, to be honest with you.
See, Cluno's a bit later than that, isn't it? Because it's...
That's
So
why I was
let's-
surprised. There's a clue. That's why.
You know what it's
So
going to
let's
be?
think-
No, it's going to be something that isn't. You're
not gonna think of,
It's
so-
bounce. It's going to be something weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to be like.
Give us a clue. Because I'm lost.
Is it going to be like DJ Sammy fucking something like that?
No. I don't think he's going to get it, so I'll tell
Give
you
us
the
a clue
answer.
then, go on. Just give us a clue. That's like-
It was, I believe, a Dutch producer. I believe. I could be wrong. See, I can't give you a clue because I don't want to give it
Yeah,
away.
you're just giving the answer away.
Yeah. Possibly Dutch, I think.
Why is that by reading the name?
No. So I'll tell you what it was. So this quiz is going on well, isn't it? It was the Hurl meter at the Love Parade.
He's German,
German,
Yeah,
sorry.
he's German. Yeah,
I was close. I was only about a couple hundred miles away.
He's in the Love Parade. It's not a bounce tune.
According to, I'm just saying, according
That what
to,
they class it as, is it?
it's down as a
It's Hard House.
Hard House, but it's also released in the Scouse House section, which I was a bit thinking.
Scouse
Fucking
House.
That's
mental,
in the
'cause
original.
See, that's older than what I thought it was going to be. Is that
Exactly, I thought that as well.
That's 97, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I thought it was going to be newer. I'm thinking newer than
The
that.
original one's not even anywhere near that, though. It would have been the Nalin and CAIN remix as well, which I would probably bracket as trance more.
It's fucking, yeah, it's a weird one, but
It was like there was that weird transitional period around that era where
Shit, no knowledge. I thought it was like questions
where
off the
stuff,
tapes or something.
yeah, stuff like that, and like what I mean would be classed as trance or hard house, like Beach Ball and that. Like
yeah.
what are they?
What is it?
Yeah, what is it?
that's why I did Scouse House and
It goes in the Scouse House section, doesn't it?
yeah.
See, I bracket as trance, but it was big in Scouse House clubs, wasn't it?
So, who was the headline DJ for the first Reminisce Festival in 2014?
Which arena?
Bounce Arena. Sorry,
DJ Sailor.
correct.
But you fucking booked them.
Did you? Was it you who booked it?
Yeah, it was me.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you booked it.
Yeah, you know what? I
know,
I think we still owe him money for the taxi back to the train station. You know.
Oh, for God.
You know what's so much? Oh no, I don't want to say. I don't want to ruin his career. I'll tell you off camera.
Okay, right. I'll remember. But I apologise, Alan. I didn't realise it was.
I would have got
you.
that actually because I do know it, but he was always going to beat me to that.
So that's the end of round 1. It was a bit of a shit round, but
So what do we do?
so
One each.
what?
2 each.
I can't even remember, but I'll count it up at the end and I'll put in. So if you're playing along, count up your scores as well. Put in the comments what you get.
You've ruined my Christmas.
I know. Round 2 is the odd alias. So I'm going to tell you the producer.
Yeah.
I'm going to read you 4 aliases of theirs,
Yeah.
and you've got to tell me which one is the odd one.
Okay.
So number 1 is Ferry Corsden,
Yeah.
and the aliases are Moonman, Pulp Victim, Cheeky Boy, System F.
Cheeky boy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
So you get that. You
Beat
get
me
that
to
point.
it there, though.
Number 2 is Kenny Hayes. So we've got Fembot, Chromium, DJ Tampa, Movement 1.
It's Movement 1, isn't it?
No, DJ Fembot.
Nope, it's Chromium.
I know you're an idiot. I would never have got that ever.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Next one.
Kenny Hayes.
Yeah.
I've been through Kenny Hayes' like discogs recently, and I don't remember seeing any of them.
We'll look on his discogs. It's on there. I had to confirm everything that was on there first, but yeah, he must have added it recently because he's added it to Kenny Hayes' rarities.
There was what he had a boss alias called Smoking something, I can't remember. It was Smoking Billy Tesco.
That's a class.
Smoking Billy Tesco.
Class. Next one is Norman Cook. So we've got Fatboy Slim, Charlie Staines, Too Cool, or Urban All Stars.
Charlie Staines.
Urban All Stars.
Nope, it was Too Cool. And surprisingly, there are actually some big tunes. That Charlie Staines one is. I listened back to it and I was like, oh my god, I didn't know that was him. But yeah, we've lost track of all these, bro. I'm going to count it up afterwards, and I'll put a little scoreboard on the thing as well. Next one is Mike DeScala, so he might do a bit better on this one. Men from Mars, Reflux, Camel Fat, or Shake and Jack.
Reflux.
Reflux is the correct answer. I'm going to absolutely butcher this name. I'm just going to apologise in advance, but it's Kuhn from the Clubheads. Kuhn Cronenveld.
Cronenveld.
Yeah. So it's Clubheads, Mr. Kinky, Queer, or the Club Camels.
Club Camels.
Would you have said that? Yeah. Yeah, and that's the end of that round. So we're flying through these. Next one is guess the lyrics. So I'm going to read the lyrics to you.
Oh no, you've got to sing them.
No, monotone voice, so you'll get it straight away, won't you? Obviously. If I start singing it, you're going to go all that's that.
Come on, Brad.
So
Help us out here.
This one is, I guess I'm telling you what you already know. You lift my spirits high wherever you go.
So say that again.
I guess I'm telling you what you already know. You lift my spirits high wherever you go.
My mind's gone blank.
I think he's know it. He's both.
I do. I know it. I just can't think of who it is.
Should we do a little countdown?
Nah, I don't know.
That was Lisa Abbott, Blow Me Away.
Yeah. Fuck.
I've never played the tune, so I would never have got it.
This next one is.
Is it? You should fucking know then, shouldn't you, Salt Act?
Yeah,
but. No more pain, no more sorrow. For you, I am the one that could never be.
I am the one. Is the name of the track in that part you just said?
No.
Okay, nah, I don't know.
Nah, I'm out with that one.
I'm not sure why I wrote this one down. It's Paul Elstack, Rainbows in the Sky.
Oh
my fucking remixed it! I'm literally just
I should have got that one. Yeah.
Oh god! You can tell that I just play. I make stuff and don't listen to it.
It's because I read it with such a monotone voice. It's hard to like decipher it.
Hey, what a tune, by the way. That was produced by Clubheads.
Yep, that's how I got into that when I was looking through aliases. I got onto it before.
Addy and Kuhn, made that one.
And absolutely destroyed by me.
We've got the rights to that Ministry of Sound. They've got the rights to it,
So I can tell them to come and fucking walk around the street shouting the
No, you want to say is when you send them to it.
Yeah, send them back. They're looking for Dom.
Send them it. You should send them it.
Next one is, I'm here to tell you, baby, I'm here to rock your world.
Fuck knows. Rings a bell in my head.
This is 5 minutes of the worst podcast.
It is. I just come up with this creative idea.
That was shitting yourself to us not being able to answer the question.
I don't know. I'm no good at these lyrics things.
Madison Avenue. I'm here to tell you, baby. I'm here to rock your world.
Which Madison Avenue tune?
Don't call me baby. Yeah.
Oh, you know what you say then out of context. It's the out of context part that's difficult.
Yeah,
you're just taking a section from the middle of a verse.
Yeah, I know, but it's
still. If you'd have said, you and me, we had an opportunity. I would have gone, yeah, it's Madison Avenue.
That's too easy then.
Yeah, but this is fucking mental, Brad.
What about this one then?
Brilliant.
You never touched the sky. You never been this high.
Hi, by Hypergo-Go.
So that was a nice easy one, wasn't it? But then it's too easy. Then you just blasting them out.
Well, that's...
Give us a chance.
Why don't you look good?
With low self-esteem regarding myself, so I kept that hidden within my shell.
Oh my God, this sounds like some emo would cut themselves to. No idea. No idea.
I wouldn't be surprised if you've
Did that kid in Mold make that, lad? Sounds like something he'd make, doesn't it, Joe?
He's fucking weird.
Murdering music.
With low self-esteem regarding myself, so I kept that hidden within my shell.
Oh, hold on a sec.
Now you've given your answer now, lad. Just accept it. I don't know how I'm done with that.
That was Jesse. Look at me now.
You know what? That's pretty fucking obvious, that one as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I try to be obvious with that. So that's the end of that round. Thank God. Fucking hell, that was a shit round. I won't be doing that again.
Well, you can do it again, just not with us, obviously.
No, because it fucking, that was the most time-consuming round. I think looking for lyrics out of songs that wasn't too obvious. Right, this is record labels and year of release. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll have a go.
Okay.
I'll just have to shout something.
Lisa Lashes, Looking Good.
Tidy Tracks,
2001.
1998. 9.
Close, it's 1999. You can have 1 point for that. It's 2 points for everyone, obviously.
Okay.
And it was off the Tigers EP. It was the B-side.
Yeah. It was actually a two released as 2 singles.
I was going to tell you the colour of the fucking
There was
packet
I
and
can
everything.
do, yeah. Looking Good was pink.
Yeah. White and pink, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I got the record, yeah. Next one is DJ Quicksilver, Bellissima.
Don't know the label, but you use 2000.
Positiva, 1997.
Might be 6, you know. Might be 1996.
Six.
Right, just so you
Thinking
know.
that, somebody listening to that going home from school, so it's going to be 96.
Yeah, it was 1996, and it was actually Underdog Records first, which was his own imprint, and it got picked up later on by Positiva.
Oh, are we doing this? Are we playing this? Are we right?
I'm sorry, I'm just going off when it was first
Right,
released.
okay, so I'll know that for the next question then, won't I? Or you want me the very first release?
Yeah.
I've got that as well. I
Okay.
used to love that tune.
It is a class tune.
I see John
Pumping that.
Cotton played it at Reminisce, not last year, the time before.
I was associated with John
Absolutely blew the roof off with it.
Cotton. I don't know why I associate it with John Cotton. It's because he put out a mix online of a G-Bar 1998, and he plays it, but he mixes it so obscurely in comparison to how everyone else mixes it. And I think that ever since I've heard that, I've always associated it with him. Do you know when
What way you mix it obscurely?
like, well, I'll send you the mix later. I listen to it quite a lot, like that mix in particular. And when he brings it in, it's like he fades different to everyone else on the particular mix.
Slow.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's like quite
Slow.
methodical, isn't it? Yeah. Next track is this is actually an album. This is The Prodigy, The Experience.
Oh, XL Records 90. Oh shit! It's either 91 or 92.
I'll go for 92. Just get that in there. I might get 8 points.
I think it. Oh, maybe it's 93. Yeah, I'm going to go 93.
I'll stick it with
Right,
92.
so you get the point for the Prodigy, The Experience on XL Recordings. It was 1992. So you can have a point for that. He stole that off you there.
I know he did, yeah.
So's a can do, innit?
Club Caviar, Pour in Love.
Blue Records 2001.
2002.
It was Blue Records in 1999.
Oh, was it?
Right.
All in Love 99. Fucking hell.
This one, this is what gave me the idea. This last one of the round, have given me the idea of doing this. I was listening to an old. I'll give you a clue. I was listening to an old recording of the Tidy Boys when they used to do Galaxy FM.
Yeah.
And they used to. Oh, this is coming out on this record label soon. So I'll give you a clue on when it was. And it's
Well, that's-
Tuscany Move Ya.
Oh, right, I know. I play this, and it was. It's Dutch House. It's by Renee and the Groove, and it's. Oh shit! Is it Dance to or to the Beat or something records or something like that? Dance Beat Records. It's 98, I think.
Right. Well, you might be correct on this, but what the earliest I could find that particular release on Discogs was
is his date
1999,
wrong? I was gonna fucking guess that.
and it was flammable.
That might be right, actually.
I might be wrong. Flammable might have been when he got the rights over here, and it's been
No,
released now.
flammable was Dutch. It
Yeah.
might be flat. It might be, no, it's. I'm definitely sure. I remember it. It's not flammable. The one
Does
I've got.
anyone sit in this chair and play the drums?
I know, my ass is killing me.
You're hunched over, mate, aren't you? And you move.
Fucking ass killing me.
You think the size of me lad would have some cushion?
That's a tune, that Tuscany, by the way.
Yeah, I've ripped it off like.
Whoop!
Yeah, it is a class tune. You did a version of it.
I've done 3 versions of it. Yeah.
So this one is name the original. So if you're good with your samples and what's being sampled and stuff like that, you might do all right in this round. This is the last round, so keep track of your scores, everyone at home. Roger Sanchez, Another Chance.
I don't know the name of the original sample. So
I'll give you a point if you can name the artist of the original
was it
sample.
Wings?
No. It was Toto, and it was I Won't Hold You Back. It's just literally a one sentence out of the track that they just pulls out. It's not even from the chorus or
I know
anything.
the original, yeah. 80s.
Fucking great tune that as well. Ultra Beat, Frankie's Lead.
Force and Styles, Frankie's Lead.
Correct. Yep. Kelly Lorena, Tell It to My Heart.
Taylor Dane, Tell It to My Heart.
Correct.
Done that as well. He's just quicker than me. My brain doesn't work this quick.
Raver's Choice, Techno Wonderland.
Oh,
Don't. Look at him covering up so I can't.
But this is just plain rude. This one, I think. When I'll tell you the thing after it.
This is something like Raver's Nature, Techno Wonderland, and it was like they basically just they just taken it and put and sped it up to 180 BPM, hadn't they? Vibes, lads.
Yep.
It's like an Italian producer, isn't it?
It's Zoe, like Zoe Techno Wonderland, and honestly, I listened back to it and I thought so rude doing that. Like literally just pitched up.
Yeah, it's literally just pitched up. Yeah.
Hasn't Zoe done Sunshine on the other one?
That's Betty.
No, I've just done the other Zoe track.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, it's like
Sunshine the Rainy Day.
yeah, same person. Yeah, same person.
And the chords from underneath that was actually Elvis Presley, Can't Help Falling in Love.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah. And the last one for today.
wedding tune, that.
It's my wedding
The
tune.
first
That.
dance, yeah.
Yeah, my miss didn't even like Elvis, but I thought.
But it wasn't the Elvis one. It was the fella. I can't remember the person that sang there.
Uniting Nations, Out of Touch.
Out of touch, I'm out of time.
That is. I was just looking at that the other day. Trying to find it.
Out of touch. I don't remember the original artist. No idea.
It's Hall and Oates.
Yeah. I was searching for that the other day.
Right. Thanks for playing my quiz. It was fairly shit, right? But the effort was there.
Goes with the context of how this podcast started, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And basically, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get you to pick a couple of numbers, if that's all right, because I've done a little giveaway quiz for everyone watching at home. So basically, I'm giving away a studio day with myself. I'm giving away a hoodie, 2 USBs, and what was the last thing? I can't remember what the last thing was now.
I hope it's a wank, Brad.
Oh no, that's it. Just 4 things.
The shit stained bills he's giving up.
Yeah, and a pair of shit stain kecks. Yeah, go on. So pick a number, please. This is for the studio.
Between 1 and what?
1 and 30.
7.
7. If this loads up, come on, don't be a dick. Or don't tell me I've got no signal. I'm gonna have to just cut this bit out.
There's Wi-Fi near you.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's Abby Baker, and she's won the studio there. So well done, Abby.
Well done, Abby.
Right, the next one is.
Make sure you bring your rape alarm.
I'm a nice guy. 1 to 30, mate. Go on,
1
pick
to
one.
30.
This is before we start. This is for the hoodie.
24.
1, 2, 3.
If I pick my own number, it's a fix, isn't it?
And the winner is Alan Barwise.
and that's Chris Pears who's won that one. And he's
Yes, Chris, what a fucking DJ.
Hey, mate, you've got
All
yourself
right,
a hoodie
good
there.
guy, give me a booking, so yeah. Nice one, Chris.
What a fucking DJ he is. by
Former
the way.
guest on the
What a good guy and what a talented lad. I tell you what, he's got a great music selection in. Really good.
Right, well, I think I've heard him play loads. I prefer when he plays classics, if I'm honest. When he plays the bang and stuff and he does that mad mixing, it's not for me.
Say, yeah, I put him on in Reminisce had an offshoot festival called Screenfest, which we held at Southport Pleasure Beach. And we put him on there, and I remember him playing Skydive, Freefall, fucking. And I was like, I've not heard anyone play this in a long time. I was quite, I was impressed, really impressed. Good guy.
As I say, I had him play.
I don't think we paid him for that gig either.
Doesn't pay no one.
I heard him play a classic set, one of the sanctuaries, and I thought, oh, fucking, that's good tune selection there.
Yeah, really
Don't pay our DJs, but give me all your music to sound to me label, but you won't get no royalties. Feel my pain.
Fuck off, Alice.
Right. Would you like
No,
to
I'm
pick
only joking, by the way.
I know the
Send
number
everything
between
to
1 and 30. Yeah, I'll just go for number 1.
number 1, and the winner of the USB is David McRae. So if you, I'll give you all a message, by the way, to tell you.
It's full of porn, that, mate.
It is, yeah. I can tell you what USB it is, yeah.
It's full of Brad's dick pics.
I'm busy checking it from different angles.
Look off at slide number 6, mate. It's just his dick between a cream bun.
You've had a sneak peek here.
Took the photo, mate.
I'm just sitting here resting on top of like a set of instant noodles. I haven't been cooked yet, you know what I mean? Alright, go on, last one, mate. This is for the last USB.
Number 10.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's David Palmer. David Palmer, also been a former guest on the pod. There's a USB for you, mate. And that's it for my fucking stupid little sections in the podcast. So we can talk a little bit longer if you like. What? I've given the hoodie away. That was Chris got that.
Second, was it? Chris.
Yeah, Chris got the hoodie.
He's hinting because he wants the fucking hoodie.
Itching for the hoodie.
He wants a hoodie. Have you got any spare hoodies?
Do you know what?
I just did the studio there. I thought I haven't won that, but that's the shit.
Yeah, what he said to me just then, he was like, he goes, do you want to fix this? So I get the hoodie.
Fucking snide.
Style, lad, haven't you? You've got to make your own look, lad, sometimes. Just didn't fucking work, did it?
But yeah, I won't keep you all day, mate. We'll just sign off today. Is there anything you want to push before you finish?
Mama's Milk Records released History Repeats Itself. Hands is out on the 16th of December, which should be when's this going out?
Christmas Day, mate. So it's already out.
So it's already out. It's already out. It should be number 1 in
everything,
everywhere by then.
Yeah.
Go if you can support the cause, and obviously every little helps. And if you can go on our Instagram pages as well, Mama's Milk, and our YouTube pages, subscribe, because the algorithm obviously helps generate sales and stuff, and it doesn't become a business until it's making money, and at the moment it's not making any money. So go and help out and do that. In addition to that, you can catch me DJing in Liverpool every weekend, all the time, forever. So I.
I'm going to be one of them old boys, though, aren't you? That's going to be there fucking mixing away.
Fucking already feel arm me, mate. I feel old as fuck.
You go in and watch him TJ. It looks like the grandad in the corner when he used to go, fucking hell. You know that little story? You know the old fella in the corner who just plays the hats in there?
I feel fucking old now.
I think that's what...
Pop in and see him and I think, I don't belong here anymore.
I said to you the other day when I was on the way over, we went out last week and we just went to Teddy's and we went to that Coyote Ugly bar, and honestly the only reason why I didn't come and see you at the after, when you're at Aura, is because honestly I felt well old being out. Like I was there and there was a lot of young people there, and I'm like, there's no one my age here. I'm kind of feel a bit.
Yeah, I mean.
Over that, I mean, for anyone more, you've got a Matthew Street, haven't you, I'd say?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of blend it with the Scallies, because I'm one of them, but it's...
blends it down with this little Crosby twang, trying to fit in.
Yeah, I'm a posh Scally.
Posh Scally. Lad.
Yeah. But yeah, it's it was noticeable, put it that way. I went out and I was just like, I was at the bar getting a drink, and everyone who was standing around the bar, I was like, fuck. fucking hell, I bet they must think it was that old boy at the bar. You know, that's what I felt like. That
You don't look like
I'm
that.
over with our mate Mike.
I've had
You got a baby face,
after
mate.
this.
Have I?
Yeah, you got a bad baby. If you didn't have a beard, you'd look like a little baldy bum.
I'm quite happy. That's with my day, though.
I'm
Everyone else
I'm
just
with
said
our
you've had
mate
tough
Mike after
paper around
this,
you,
I'm going to
Paul.
walk out of there and it's fucking kids everywhere, innit? I'm walking out Slater Street and you just think, fucking hell.
It's made my day, that, you know. Thank you.
All right, mate.
Just because, honestly, it's like, everyone was like, oh, fuck me, I thought you were a
If you
miles
shave
older
your
than you
beard
were.
off, mate, you'd have a little baby face, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it
Little
is.
bum chin and that.
Oh, that's the only reason I've got a beard. Fucking, I told the story a couple of weeks ago when he got shaved off. I went round to my mum's. She used to be a hairdresser. She's not just a fucking random who's whipping the beard, like having got the beard. She was tidying that up for us, and she's fucking shout out to my mum as well, by the way, because she's going for a bit of a hard time at the minute. She's having a bit of a hard time at the minute. She had sort of spinal surgery, so she's on loads of painkillers and that. Part of the story. So she'd had her painkillers and she was fucking tuned to the moon, but she didn't tell me this until after she had
Shave your beards off.
she goes, I says, that feels a bit high, that, like, when you fucking tidying that up. I said, stop a minute, let me go and check. Looked in the mirror and it was up to fucking here, right? And I thought, I'm not walking around with some sort of fucking pedo chin strap, do you know what I mean? So I just said, whip the lot off. You fucking, I was in a proper mood with her. She goes, I'm sorry, lad, I've had my painkillers. And I'm like, you're off your fucking nut here. So yeah, that was.
You know what? I actually quite liked having a beard when I had a beard, but the stupid I just shaved it off. I thought it's itchy, it threw my head in, and the maintenance of it was a pain in the arse. And then trying to get it back to a decent level, I just get to a week now and go, fuck off, get rid of it. It's getting past that 2 or 3 week stage when it's just like itchy and it's horrible, and you just put the oils on it and all that.
Just hides the double chin. That's the sole reason why I've got it, mate.
I've just got this because I'm fucking lazy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I went into work the day after, clean shaven. Went into work the day after, and the woman who serves like in the bait room at work, she was there, and she goes, "Can I tell you something?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Honestly, I didn't realise how many chins you've had until you've shaved that beard off." I was like, "What a fucking knobhead!" Like, it's heavy, that, isn't it? Like, and that's just
bitch.
Hey, she's so forward, mate. Hey, she's so forward.
She said, "Oh, girl, you're dead fat."
She's not though.
Is she fit?
No, she's not. She's old, but she's not fat.
So you look like a fucking old ball bag girl.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I was dead offended, like her. So, anyways, we'll sign off this today because I don't want to keep you and stuff like that. So, is there anything you want to plug before we go?
I'm just I'm an Ava's bar, Coyote Ugly, then I'm in Factory Project on New Year, so yeah, I've got a few bits coming up. If you want to book me, please just have in the inbox.
Did you hear the croak in his voice? Please.
If you want to book me, I don't want to play for you.
I've started giving it 12 months and still doesn't take it.
Loads of tunes out, haven't you?
Yeah, so I've got music currently out on, I've just had somebody on Clubbed. My mind's gone blank and I can't remember what it is. I've got loads coming up anyway. I've got releases coming up for ages. Some acceleration, and we've got a
tune out on. We've got a tune out next year, haven't we? On Cheeky, but we've also got something currently running in the Bounce 7.
Bounce 7, Power of Love, which
yeah,
did sit at number 1 for a day.
Did it? Yeah.
A few hours,
Okay,
yeah.
that means we sold 1 copy.
I know.
I'll give you the 50p outside.
I don't want it.
You can have that half a can of Coke, it's on there. Just to say thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed it, share with your mates. That's as I say every time.
If you haven't enjoyed it, fuck off.
Did I say that? I said that last episode.
Absolutely, it's great.
I said if you've made it an hour and something in and you're still watching, fuck off. Like, anyways.
I'm a lot nicer than him, so just book me. It sounds like the lights are going to go off, you know. Right?
Yeah,
We got
right.
it to 5.
See you later.